Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be making my version of a baker's box. This is my prototype. So basically this box will open like this with the lid, and I'm going to put a window on top, and it can open one of two ways. It can open it with the lid over the top, or because I can squash this because it's paper, we can also do it this way and have it open from the inside, so it's all contained along here. Now this inspiration actually came to me from the the holiday catalogue, which will go live on the 5th of September. And in it, Stampin' Up has actually a baker's box. They call it a baker's box as well. You can buy them in packs, and you can assemble them very easily and use them for treats and what have you. I'm just making my own version of this because I thought, well, why not give it a try? So if you want to know the dimensions of this box sits at 4 by 4. And it's 2 inches deep, so it's actually quite a substantial box, and you can fit any small chocolates or small treats, cookies, other small gifts, whatever you wish. So this is a great box and very multi-purpose. So today I'm going to do a Christmas version, and I'm using the buffalo check background stamp. I love this stamp set. I'm using the layering circles framelits, and I'll be using, I think, the second largest or the largest. I haven't decided. So we're going to play this all out now. I haven't done this one before other than the prototype, so I'll be using that for the window. I'm going to use the detailed Deer Thinlit dies, and I'm also using the Merry Christmas Thinlit dies, and I'm going to be using the word Merry. So we'll get started on our box, and I'll go through the measurements of everything. Okay, so you will need a scrap piece of silver foil or gold, whatever you want, just enough to fit for the deer. I've got a scrap piece of real red cardstock, and this will be for the word Merry. I've got a piece of window sheet, and that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square. I have got a whisper white piece of cardstock, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square, and then you will need 4 pieces of whisper white, 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you'll need 4 of those. Okay, then for the box, these are all for the panels that you stick on the box, and then for the box itself you will need 2 pieces of cardstock. I'm using smoky slate, and they're 8 by 8. So we'll start scoring with this box to begin with. So I'll bring out the Simply Scored scoring tool, and because it's an 8 by 8 inch square piece, it doesn't matter which side, obviously. So you will need to score at 2 and 6. Okay, so you'll have those 2 score lines. Then you turn it around and you do it again at 2. Oops, that went way off. 2 and 6. And then I'm going to go back on the track here and use the fatter end and try and smooth out that extra score line. And it's all smoothed out. Isn't that cool? So if that ever happens and you score incorrectly, you can do that. So you'll do the same scoring on the second sheet of cardstock, which is again 8 by 8. So you'll score at 2 and at 6. Turn it around, 2 and 6. Okay, so that is it with the scoring. So we can put the scoreboard away. Okay, so for one of these, we are going to use, I'm going to use this one with the extra little score line there as the base, so we'll keep this as is. What we will do though is we will cut up the score lines. So we'll just cut up there And we'll just miter them in slightly. So we'll do it on all 4 sides. And just miter that in. Do again the same on the other side. Do the same here. Okay, and I'll just clean up that score line, that's that extra bit there. Okay, so that's the base. So we'll call this the base here. So it'll be cut up like this. Then on this one, this will be the lid. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this a little differently. So we're going to cut up the score lines again as we did with the previous one, except we're going to cut that square off. And on here, and cut that off. I'll just clean up that score line a little bit. And then we're going to cut up those score lines on this side as well. Miter that in. And again here. Okay, and then we'll just miter that in. Oh, not miter it in, I'm going to clean that score line up there. Okay, so what you will see now is a piece like this. Okay, that's your lid and that's your base. All right, so I might just take up the camera just a tad because I feel that it's a bit too low. All right, I think that's better now. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll get our bone folder and we will burnish all of the score lines. Okay, we'll do the same here. We'll just burnish all of the score lines. Okay. All right, so what we'll do is we'll start assembling the base and have that done. So I'll just grab some glue. I like using liquid glue for boxes, but you can use whatever adhesive you feel comfortable with. There's no right or wrong. As long as it's strong, it doesn't matter. So I'll just pop that in there. Build up the walls. There's a bit there I didn't miter correctly, so I'll just quickly miter that off. I'll just stick that on there now. That's much better. And I'll put glue on this side here, on this side here. Okay, oops, just hold it there for a second. Now I'll do the same on this side. So now we have built up. Did I forget to? No, I didn't forget to. So this is the base of our box. Just add a little bit more glue. I think it dried up a bit too quickly. And just hold it down there. Okay, so that's the base of our box all done. So we can put that to the side. And for this one, what we are going to do is we're going to do a mock-up of that. Actually, no mock-ups. Okay, what we'll do first is we're going to stamp our panels using the buffalo check background stamp. So I'm not even attaching it to any block. I'm just going to leave it onto my desk here. Do now is we'll grab our box and we're going to make the decision of how we want the lid to sit. So if you want the lid to sit on the outside of the box like this, you will need to put this part here on the inside. So you go on the inside like that, and then you can make it go like that over the outside, and that will be stuck down with glue. Or if you want it to open on the inside, we will put this bit on the outside here. So we just line it up because it's all the same measurements. Okay, and then we make this go like so, just to give you an idea. Get in there. Alright, so then what you do is you make this go inside. Like that. So I think what I will do is I will make this go on the inside. Okay, and before I do that, I am going to get my 1-inch circle punch, so just give me a second. Okay, so I'll now punch a little thumb notch right here, and I'll just angle it in the middle. So just angle it like so. Just make sure it's in the middle. I'm just eyeballing it. So I'll go roughly there and just, whoop, that went inside my top. I'll get that out later. Oh, that feels weird. Alrighty, so there's our little thumb notch, and what we're going to do with this now is, before we start assembling the lid, we're going to put the panels all on the outside. So we'll put one of the panels here. So I'll just get the one that I don't like the most. Which one is that one? I'll get this one here on the back. So I'll just put glue. Okay, and I'll put that here. That's for the back. Okay, so that's just on the back of the lid. That will go at the back of the box. Now for the rest of them, we're going to put panels on the sides here. So Oh dear, I glued the wrong part down. That was meant to be the back. But it doesn't matter, the lid needs to have a panel as well, so... Okay, we'll make sure we'll do another one here. Or we can leave that blank actually. Why not? Just leave it blank, because I did it incorrect. It kind of goes, so that's alright. Oh, I hate it when I make stupid mistakes like that. Anyway, alright, what we will do is we are going to grab the layering circles framelits, and I am going to use the largest, the second largest one as like a window. So just pop that here. And I'll just get some painter's tape. I'm going to secure that circle down there. I'll get another piece here. Okay, I'll just make sure I even it up actually a bit better. Alright, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. So I'll grab that now. And I'm using my Big Shot platform with a thin die adapter and a cutting plate. And now this I'm going to put over the top. Okay, so this will be in here like that, and then I'm going to put the lids on top because otherwise it will not fit through the Big Shot. And I'll make that go through. Now it's going to be a bit tight because it's got 2 layers of cardstock there. So let's see if that turned out. And you will get an imprint, just letting you know, on the lid. So there we go. We cut through 2 pieces of cardstock there. So I'll keep the Big Shot there for a moment. We'll fix that up because I don't like the way that looks. Sorry to say. All right, so with our piece of real red cardstock, I'm going to pop that on here. We're going to get the Merry from the Merry Christmas Thinlit dies, and that's this one over here. Just put that on here. And let's see if we can fit the other. Yes. No, we'll do it separately, I think. Let's see, maybe we can. Hang on. Now I made a big boo-boo here with these markings. So what I am going to do is I'm going to recut some cardstock and restamp them. So just give me a moment and I'll come back and we'll redo these parts again. Okay, so we've got those panels there. On the inside, it will look a little ugly. It's up to you if you want to add extra. I wouldn't. I'll just leave it. Yeah, otherwise it's too much and it'll be too bulky for the box. So we're going to add, this is a 3 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch window sheet. So I'm going to put that on here, and I'm going to add glue along the sides of this window sheet. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. Because it's clear, it's very difficult. But I've just got some right on the edges. I'll just pull off some of that excess glue there. And I'll pop that now on the inside. So now you have a window sheet and it looks very nice. Alright, so what we will do now is we're going to assemble the lid. So we're going to put glue because when I work with paper, it's very different to cardboard. So let's put some more glue there. Make sure it really sticks down. And the same on this side. A little bit more glue here. And stick that down. Alright. So you do it as I originally showed you. However, with the lid, you will need to trim it off a little, so that it is able to go down. And in fact, we can round the edges a little bit more, like that, like in a little bit of an arc. And you can freehand that. And again, I will freehand that a little bit better. So you have like an arc, right? Like that on the flaps. And then when it goes inside, it shall fit. And then it sits nicely inside. Okay, so that's the box now all done. I hope I didn't confuse you all, because I'd hate to do that. Now we'll just grab our lovely reindeer and our word Merry. And I'll just pop them on here. I'm just going to stick them down with some glue. So I'll just grab my tweezers and I'll stick them down. Basically, I'll try not to stick them on the window sheet itself. So I'll stick down the head, bit of the head and the antlers, and yeah, I will need to stick that down with glue. So okay, just get rid of that extra piece. Foil and just apply glue. Try not to smear the window sheet. Okay. Okay, so that's stuck down there now. And then the word Merry. And then you can have a little peek of the treat inside. So I'll put the Merry down as well, and I'll just add some glue. And I'll just dot some glue all over that. And then I will carefully assemble the word Merry down the bottom here. Just hold it down for a second. And there we have it. Just let it dry for a second. And there is our baker's box using the gorgeous buffalo check background stamp. I really love that. And we're using our layering circles for the window. So I just used the second largest one. I used this one for the circle there. Then I've got the Merry Christmas Thinlit dies. These are a must. I love these, and these are great for sentiments as well. And the detailed deer, I cut that in silver foil, and that's where it is now. So yeah, so we'll open up the box again, and this opens from the inside like so, like that. You've got paneling all around it except for the lid part, and do make an arc before you assemble it. So we live and we learn, don't we? And there it is from the inside. So it's quite a substantial box. You can fit some Lindor balls in there, and you can fit all sorts of cool treats or, you know, small gifts. This makes a great box. So you kind of have to jimmy it in a little bit, but once it sits in there, it sits very well, and it's quite solid because it's got those panels there. So I hope you like my Christmas reindeer baker's box. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all of these products can be purchased from the 5th of September for the deer and the Merry and the buffalo check background stamp from the 5th of September. And everything else can be purchased now through my online store in the annual catalogue. And it's at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful crafty day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!